Now that you guys have vanquished the goblin horde in their feasting chamber, you're able to move past this room and open the giant white doors at the end of the hall. You see notches in the doors because they don't have handles, and they're like iron rings set into them. You pull on these and you hear the door like creak open. Looking inside, you see a huge chamber that is filled with light. You see a huge throne across the room from you, about 200 feet, and sitting atop this huge throne is a gigantic humanoid figure, and they are staring at all of you with a scepter in their left hand and a sword in their right. And you are all facing off against the Lord of Light.
Oh. I tuck and roll into the room.
All right, I'm going to need you to make me a sneak check. Roll a percentile dice.
Okay. Oh, percentile's my favorite one to roll.
Yeah, you got this, Chet. Don't worry.
I got a 52.
Oh, that's pretty good. You needed above a 40 to pass, so well done.
Good.
You're able to meld into the sheer whiteness of this room, as there are very little shadows in the chamber of the Lord of Light.
Wait, actually, can I use one of my my weekly spells? Could I summon Eldritch Being from beyond the grave? It's one of the conditions is that it must be in the absence of darkness, which seems a little counterintuitive. But could I summon it right underneath his throne so that it swallows him whole?
Does the spell have a range of 200 feet, Meredith?
It says 65.
Then you can put it 65 feet into the room.
Wait, Caleb, throw me closer. Throw me.
Oh my god, that's perfect. Do it.
Is that allowed? I don't see a stat for that.
Wouldn't that be a strength check?
What's your strength, Caleb?
What would the range that a strength might be?
It can be from 3 to 18. Technically, it could be higher than 18, but that would be like...
We haven't been playing that long.
It's a
Caleb, you should just say 18, Caleb. We can lie.
Oh.
Meredith, you can't lie.
And that's part of the game, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's not a part of the game. Don't make me roll for you guys again.
It's 19.
No, oh, it's 9.
That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, because didn't you get like a special gauntlet or something earlier in the campaign?
Oh, that's right. See, Olivia takes the best notes, so I think she would know.
Yes, the gauntlet of immeasurable strength.
Yeah.
That gives you a plus 10. Yes, but you know, immeasurable, huh?
Throw me. What do we roll?
Yeah, Caleb, you could definitely throw Meredith into the room.
And which dice do I roll for that?
Well, you roll a 20-sided die, and you try to get under the 19.
So there's just a 5% chance of failure? That's pretty good, right?
I would take those odds.
Good click. It's a 1.
Oh my gosh! That means it works.
Whoa, Caleb!
That's a crit.
That only happens about 5% of the time. Yeah, that's awesome.
And with the roll of a die, 5 teenagers playing D&D around a table celebrate. It is summer. It is simple. All that matters is this group of friends and their shared adventure. Welcome to Spillman 1999.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay, I win.
So yeah, you're able to throw Meredith basically wherever you want in the room.
At the Lord guy?
Yeah. There's also, I guess, I'm sorry guys, I didn't do a great job of describing the space. There's also like...
You always do this.
Thanks, Meredith. That makes me feel good inside.
I thought it would be nice to offer some constructive feedback in real time.
Let him narrate. Let him weave.
Thank you, Olivia. I really do appreciate that. Actually, I'll give you inspiration.
Oh.
All that means is you can add this 6-sided die to something.
Wow, that's my 5th one this campaign.
That's really fucking funny.
Gee, some favoritism, perhaps.
So yeah, there's 6 marble columns, 3 on each side of the room, that kind of create this walkway between the door that you just opened and the throne, atop which sits the Lord of Light. With a 1, he can throw you wherever, and he said he wants to throw you at the guy.
Totally.
Radical. Caleb, you throw Meredith all the way to the foot of the throne of the Lord of Light. Meredith, what do you want to do now?
Could I cast my spell?
The summon Eldritch Abomination from the Nether Realms?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I regret giving you that, but yeah, you can cast that spell now.
Oh.
You do have to roll to see if the spell works. Please roll.
Can I give her one of my inspiration?
Thank you, Olivia. That would be lovely.
Yeah, here,
Olivia, I think I'll allow it if you can tell me how you are inspiring her in this moment.
I call out to her and I say, "You've got this. I believe in you."
The power of friendship is just too strong sometimes.
And I really do believe in her. I do believe in her.
And that's such a good idea. You can have another inspiration.
Oh my god.
What do I have to roll?
You need to roll a d20 and get under your intelligence stat. And you really don't want to get a 20.
That's good. I rolled a 4.
Okay, so it turns out you didn't even need the inspiration. So your spell goes off and you create a huge portal to beyond the grave.
Oh, yeah, it's hell.
Oh, well, okay. I guess what my mom said about this game being demonic might just be true.
Listen, have you actually listened to what Father Francois says at St. Felix's? Hell can be really scary.
Are you introducing a French father? Why not? Father Patrick isn't alive.
Well, we weren't going to go to the church in this campaign, but now we're gonna.
I panicked.
You look like it would be a pretty good friend.
He's the religion professor, Christine. Please.
Oh,
At the
no.
public school?
It's an elective.
It's the 90s in a remote mountain town.
Yeah.
There's a religion professor.
Yeah, we're just grateful he's not the guidance counselor, frankly.
So we open the portal to hell, and
And a monstrous hand, reaches out and starts clawing its way out into the world, followed by an arm, all of which the skin has been taken off, so you just see the, fleshy bits hanging there, just, muscle tissue over the bone.
Ew.
And it's followed by another hand, just as flayed, and they are trying to, pull themselves up, and you see, this muscle head starting to pull itself out of the abyss. And now comes the most important role. What does it think about you guys?
oh no, not the D12. Not the morale die.
Because Meredith, what you didn't know is that when you summon the Eldritch Horror from beyond the grave, you don't necessarily know if it likes you or not. So here we go.
That one's been rolling pretty well for us, too.
That's true, yes. Yeah, 4 out of 5 times it's been above 6.
It's been rolling pretty hot tonight. Let's see if that continues.
Because if not, we might have to put it in dice jail.
It's a 9.
Oh.
And high is good in this one.
High is good in this one? Yeah,
Oh.
you a 12 would be he'd be your best friend.
It's like a 75%.
So a 9, he kind of looks at you, but he hates the space that you have brought him into, this room filled with light. And so it is going to try and destroy the source of this light, which is the Lord of Light sitting atop the throne.
Oh, nice.
Who, by the way, gets to take a turn now.
Oh, I think we run away and let them figure it out.
Because technically she didn't move, she was thrown.
Yeah, I was thrown, so I think I still have my movement, so I would like to run.
Can I cast fly?
I mean, are you trying to cast it on Meredith?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I didn't. It's gonna be a really cool fight, okay? But that's fine.
I don't want to break your game. I don't
No,
have
Olivia, it's okay. It's really cool, actually. Can you roll a d20? And because you're a cleric of a sky god, you get a bonus to this roll. So you can subtract 3 from the number that you roll, and you're trying to get below your wisdom score.
And my wisdom is a 16. Ooh.
All
Could
right.
I inspire her?
What would you do to inspire her in this moment?
I would look at Olivia and say, "You got this."
Olivia, do you feel inspired by that?
I don't think I've ever been more inspired in my entire life.
Then yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I rolled an 18,
Okay.
but minus 3 is 15, and another 3 from the d6, so 12.
Awesome. So the spell goes off without a hitch. Meredith, your speed is now tripled.
Amazing. And as I'm flying, could I, a la our friend Roger Rogers from the bowling team, could I act like a bowling ball and knock my friends out of the door as well? And carry them to safety?
I'll allow that, but you need to make a constitution roll to try and not injure yourself in doing this very dangerous physical thing.
But I'm wearing armor.
Meredith, you're a necromancer? You're wearing a robe.
That in and of itself is a type of emotional armor. I rolled a 17.
Oh no.
So unfortunately that you fail that roll, but you're able to knock all your friends out. Unfortunately, Chet's dagger grazes the side of you as you do this, and you take 4 points of damage.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Meredith.
shoot. I think I die. I only had 3 HP left after we fought those goblins.
Oh no, and I just cast my spell.
Your weekly spell.
Oh, I'm a terrible cleric.
No, Olivia, you're doing a great. This is only like your second time playing with us.
Meredith, what do you want your final words to be?
Oh,
Do you call out to the being from beyond the grave?
I think actually I call out to my party and my friends, and I extend a hand and I say, "You're going to do great." And then my soul leaves my body and is sucked into the portal to hell, from whence it belongs.
Oh no.
You may take my bones. Incidentally, I think I've perfected the ratio of hydrogen peroxide and water to clean and whiten the animal bones that we've been finding in the woods this weekend.
What concentration do you use?
For the fastest results, it's a 20 or 30%, but did sometimes you could go as low as 12. It really depends on what specimen you want to clean.
Oh.
We could do that if you want. I brought my kit.
Guys, can we finish this session?
Oh, sorry.
Whose turn is it?
Well, technically, Meredith just took her turn, giving you all her last words as she died. Because she is dead, the spell that she enacted to summon the other being from beyond the grave starts to undo itself, and they start to get sucked back down. They are still fighting the Lord of Light in pitched battle that you hear as you guys close the door and go to leave. Unless anyone wants to do something different.
Can I take her ring of immeasurable power?
Yes.
You can absolutely take that ring of immeasurable power, Caleb. That's a really good idea.
No inspiration for you, though.
You got all the gear, dude. What does that bring your strength modifier to?
3,000?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a really cool ring.
You can definitely roll under that.
And with that, we'll conclude the tunnels of danger and the caverns of demise.
Yeah.
I think I really like this role-playing thing.
It was weird and uncomfortable. And a little goofy.
We'll have to see what happens next time when the Lord of Light learns what you did to his cave.
And then the story continues. Welcome to Dread and Breakfast.
Woo!
It's good to be back.
Wahoo.
On this show, we use the TTRPG Dread to tell spooky stories. The game is simple. You create a character, and anytime that character attempts an action, you make a pull from a wooden block tower that is similar to, but legally distinct from, Jenga. Make the pull successfully, your character succeeds.
Wah, 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 wah.
Make the pull unsuccessfully, your character is doomed to be removed from the game. My name is Christine, and I will be your dreaded for this story.
Ow!
For this story in particular, I thought it might be kind of fun, since it's been so long since we've sat down together, to do a bit of a session 0.
Ooh. Okay.
If you don't know what that is, that's basically just an out-of-story but still in-world episode where the characters will interact with each other, we kind of get to know each other a little better, just kind of a character-building session. This is something that we typically do off-mic, maybe not as formal as running an actual session, but we've thought for a while that it would be fun to bring more of the character creation process into the show, so here you go!
Wahoo.
Session 0, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Players, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Fob, and I get to play Kevin, Lord of Darkness.
I'm Marissa, and I will be playing the teenage version of Meredith Mitchell's, the future mortician. So we'll see how the fuck that goes.
And I'm Jacob playing Caleb Castleman. It's like a nerd guy.
A pretty cool nerd guy, Caleb, if I ever saw one.
Thanks, Kevin.
So, dear listener, welcome to Spillman 1999.
Yeah.
30 numbers off of the sex number, Christine.
I'm so sorry to disappoint. But you know what? We're playing high schoolers this time, so maybe.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. Joining you at the cabin this weekend, you have Chet, the lanky, nerdy basketball team member, kind of. He does the stats. We also have a young Olivia Oakley,
Yes.
future mayor of Spillman, TBD, class president, cheerleader, and absolute best friend to Meredith Mitchell's.
Hey, Olivia.
Hi, I'm so excited for our weekend at the cottage, you guys.
Yeah, it's so cool your parents let us stay here.
The nerd energy is unmatched.
I really love that I told you all, hey, we're going to play a high school story. You get to be any kind of high schooler that you want. I set it up in your character sheets with the Breakfast Club thing, and you guys are all like, oh, yes, me? I'm going to be a fucking nerd.
We literally can't even imagine being cool.
Christine, I'm confused as to the universe you expected to be in, where I, Fob, play like Ron, the guy who fucks or something.
Hang on. Ron
No.
was Broken Yoke. Does
Not
Ron fuck?
Not Ron.
I mean,
with Lita.
I mean,
they were married for a long time, so I'd hope.
So God says it's okay.
Anyway. The year is 1999. It is the middle of the summer, and you all find yourselves at the Oakley family cottage.
Ooh.
Deep in the woods, on the shores of Lake Kestrel, stands a cozy cottage that the Oakley family has let you all use for the long weekend. This is a tradition that goes back many years for your friend group. Every summer before the beginning of the new school year, you'd gather together for a hurrah of activities and bonding and just fun times enjoying the freedom of summer while it lasts. It is a hot day. The lake is glimmering under the sun, and we float through the weekend, having just played a wonderful round of D&D the first night. The next morning, what is everybody getting up to?
I'm prepping for the next session.
Well, I'm trying to get use of the phone line, hook it up to my modem real quick to check the weather for the day, see if any new types of charts were invented recently. Just whatever I can get on before Olivia, gets on and calls Joseph.
Oh, Joseph. Oh, also, I love being friends with rich kids. Like a cabin in the woods by the lake with a phone line? Hell yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, my dad put that in a few years ago because he was like, we should really get that new internet thing out at the cabin as well.
And thank God he did.
Caleb, how early do you have to get up to make sure that you're awake before everyone else so that the phone line is, in fact, free?
Like super early, like 7 a.m. or something.
Oh,
Tragedy,
terrible.
truly.
The birds are chirping. It's a beautiful morning on the lake. It's calm. There's barely any wind. The sun is starting to crest over the tree line when all of a sudden we hear...
This is the alarm that we all wake up to every morning, I think.
Caleb, can you please pull to make a successful connection?
Is that why everyone's computers were in the basement because of this god-awful, demon shriek?
I think so.
Huzzah.
Nice.
Thank you for a successful pull. You are connected and you've got mail.
Yeah!
Ooh, what's the mail?
What's it say?
What's it say?
It is an email from the school with your class schedule. What classes did you sign up for this year?
Do they have a computer class?
Yes.
Then that one.
They've got 2.
And you're in both. Computers 1 and Computers 2.
They're the same class twice, but I got them to let me in twice. So
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
This might be me misremembering, but I thought that off mic when we pitched characters, Caleb was homeschooled. So is this an email from his mother reminding her?
Yeah.
No, go with that. That's amazing. No, that's 100% what it is. It's an email from the school, and school is mom. School is mommy dearest.
I also forgot I was homeschooled. I just yes-ended your wrong information.
No, school is mommy dearest.
Okay, so
Mommy just
the
wants to make sure you're okay. Mommy just wants to know that you're well.
The email says,
Sweetums.
Hi, Caleb. I hope you're having a really nice time at the cabin. Hopefully you've got your modem set up by now. Here's the classes that I think that I'm going to teach to you this year. Let me know if you want to change your schedule at all. Also, don't forget to talk to your new friends about the Key Club. I love you so much, Snookums. Have a great weekend. Love, Mom.
Yay!
Christine, I feel like computer class, Caleb has to come to the high school for that because we actually have a small computer lab, which is literally just 2 computers.
yes. You know what? That's great. Yes.
Both emails are in the inbox.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's both emails. It's an email from mommy, and it's also an email from your teacher.
Oh, amazing.
Also, P.S. Please see attached the email that I got from the school about your 2 computer classes. I love you.
Hearing the beautiful siren song of dial-up internet, Meredith, who I think is going by Meredith at this point, probably was an early high school bully term that she just fully adopted, will like stumble out of bed, hair a rat's nest, and kind of stumble wordlessly into the kitchen and start making what's a good high school meal? Like Eggo waffles. Are there waffles?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
Amazing. And like they probably have like a really fancy toaster, like 6 slots, or like a big ass fire hazard.
Ooh, do they have one of the conveyor belt ones from like hotels?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell
Yes.
yeah. Yes.
And they also have like every kind of jam and spread imaginable.
Oh, Jesus, this rich bitch money.
Margarine galore.
I can't believe it's not butter.
But no, yeah, there will be, distressingly, I think she makes simultaneously chocolate chip and blueberry waffles at the same time, randomly, so that you cannot tell them apart at all.
Why is this distressing? This is delightful.
Have you ever thought, wow, I'm so excited to bite into a chocolate chip waffle, and then you are betrayed by a blueberry?
Oops, all berry.
Oops, all berry.
This sounds like the best possible betrayal.
Oh, yeah, for Jacob, yes.
Even if you're a normal person who enjoys chocolate regularly, like the worst case scenario is blueberries. Like,
I'm not saying it's bad, but like if you go in with an expectation and you are deeply betrayed by fruit, is this just a me experience? Just a Marissa specific?
I think so, yeah.
Marissa, for your betrayal, can you please make a pull from the tower?
Oh, interesting. I sure can. Hello, tower.
I would like to point out that I don't have any like weird mechanics behind pulls this.
Okay, good.
Don't get in your head about it.
I was a little worried. Not gonna lie.
So Meredith is prepping waffles. Kevin is over, curled up on a couch, scribbling in one of his D&D notebooks. Chet is still in bed. He's never been one to get up for breakfast. He is not an early bird. And Olivia bounds out of her bedroom and runs up to Caleb and says, "No, Caleb, no. Oh, do we really have to have the internet this early in the morning? I was waiting for a call this morning."
Yeah, but they know what the weather's gonna be.
I
they
can look out the window and know what the weather
they
is.
looked at the clouds and figured it out, and they put it in the wires, and we can know if it's going to rain or not. Know if you got to wear a poncho or a raincoat short sleeves or a coat or a swimsuit or a raincoat.
Olivia, do we get the news out here? Kevin says, looking up from the desk he's been sitting at, frantically scribbling notes into a notebook.
Yeah, there's a TV in the den.
Yeah, but we can get this whenever we want. All you have to do is make sure nobody uses the phone. You unplug the phone. You plug the computer in. You wait for it to connect. You go to www.weather.gov. Then you wait for it to load. Then you put in your zip code.
Yeah, and you have to wait.
And you wait for that to load.
Years.
And then you click temperatures. And then the cool little graph comes out of how many temperatures they think it's going to be. And then you can click clouds, and then you can wait for that to load, and then it'll tell you if it's going to be cloudy or not. And then you can hit precipitation, and it'll tell you if it's going to rain or even if it's going to snow.
Do you have to wait for the precipitation to load?
You do.
It's not going to snow. It's July.
Yeah, but if it is going to snow, we'll know about it first because of the internet.
That's kind of cool.
We already would have known if it did snow because it took it so long to load.
But you can do it whenever you want. You don't have to wait for the guy to decide to talk about it. It's just there.
And she goes over to the waffle station. What if he calls? What if he calls?
What if who calls, Olivia?
Joseph.
John Joseph Jingleheimer Schmidt?
Yes, the new foreign exchange student.
Oh, God, his name is my name, too.
Listen, I'm just trying to be friendly.
Where's he from again?
He's from Europe. I don't know. Does it matter? He has an accent.
Yeah, that's really cool. Kevin is writing in his notebook. It's a graph paper notebook, and he's making notes about the session last night and how it went and what he needs to do better at it next time.
And definitely nothing else.
And also what is happening in the world of the fantasy realm based on the choices that you made last night. There may or may not be a hell monster terrorizing the countryside.
Can you make a poll for me to keep all of the notes a secret for now?
I do love a secret when I know about it.
Secret.
Christine, can I make 2 polls to keep things secret and also learn a thing?
What do you want to learn?
I want to learn, like, is Olivia, like, really into John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt? His name is my name too. Or, like, is she just trying to be nice to, like, a new guy?
Yeah, you could make a poll for that.
Interesting.
All right, great. This is very important to me, Kevin, Lord of Darkness.
Yeah,
Clearly.
methinks someone might have a bit of a crush.
I don't know what anyone would think. Christine, I have completed my second poll.
Amazing. So you look over at Olivia and she's talking to Meredith and she's like, I know the internet is really cool. It's really cool. But like, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt has not gotten over his jet lag yet. So he always wants to call really early in the morning. And now...
God damn it, I'm fucked.
I've been waiting for an opportunity to be able to talk on the phone with him without my little brother listening in on the conversation. And now we don't even have a phone line. We don't even have a phone line because we have the internet. Because of Caleb's modem.
Meredith looks up from her waffle making, and her hair, which is just this giant mop of curls, looks like a terrifying version of Cousin It if he got caught in the rain and had no like anti-frizz spray. You can see like one piercing eye like through this mat of hair, and she stifles a yawn. Olivia, It takes about 30 minutes for blood flow to reach the brain to daytime levels after sleeping. So you might actually want to give yourself at least another 15 minutes so that you're operating at your peak performance.
We could probably at least know the cloud cover by then.
God damn.
Thwack! It is later in the weekend. You all have taken some hikes around the forest. A couple of you have gone swimming in the lake. We're having a very outdoors time.
We were ill prepared for the rain.
Could I offer a poll?
Sure, what do you want to pull for?
Meredith would like to find some bones in the woods.
Absolutely, you can pull for this.
Amazing.
What kind of bone are you looking for specifically? Like, what's the ideal bone?
I mean, ideally, I think she would love to find like a deer skull or perhaps like maybe a bunny. One of her new recent pastimes is like cleaning bones for display. So it would be really cool to find, something that died naturally and is fine.
What about like a frog skeleton?
Oh, that'd be kick-ass, actually.
Amazing. Thank you for the successful pull.
Well done.
The group is down by one of the beach areas of Lake Kestrel, and the lake, it really abuts up to the woods very quickly. There's not much of a beach area. It's kind of like, at least in this area where you're at, the trees just sort of end and then it becomes the lake. Ooh. It's got a sandy bottom, so you can, walk in gently, but it's a pretty abrupt change. Kevin might be in the water. Olivia's probably in the water. Chet is like, he's on like the shoreline, kind of dipping toes into the water tentatively, thinking about like if he really wants to get in or not.
He's thinking about the statistics of the likelihood of the water being infected with E. coli.
Is this water sanitary?
It looks questionable to me.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's fine. We've been swimming in this since we were little kids.
Yeah.
And nothing bad's ever happened to any of us.
Can I splash both of them from my in the lake-ness?
Oh, okay.
I imagine, now roll with me. I imagine
Yes.
I have a bone bucket, which is a little plastic bucket that I used to use as a child to play in a sandbox.
Naturally.
That now I use to collect bones.
As you do.
It is currently empty. I would like to scoop water and launch towards Chet and Caleb.
Dodge.
Yes, they are they are standing on the shore. You dodged? Please make a pull.
Sorry.
Make a pull to not get E. coli
Directly in your mouth.
directly in your eye hole.
Ooh.
Everyone's pulling from the bottom.
Yeah, what the fuck, y'all?
Chill.
It's session 0, man. So Meredith, you scoop some water and you're like really excited and like kind of in one of the shallow areas, and you scoop down and like accidentally get a little bit of like the sandy mucky bottom, and you launch it at Caleb, who swiftly dodges out of the way. Unfortunately, Chet is just so lanky that he can't dodge out of the way in time, and you get him like in the chest with all this like water and muck. Oh my god. And you watch as something bounces off of him and rolls into the grass.
Does it look bone-shaped?
It does look bone-shaped.
Yes!
It is a skull of a frog.
Yes!
All right, everybody shut up and Google frog skulls right now.
Oh my god, frog skulls are so cute. Whoa!
Wait, oh my god!
Wow!
Oh, he's happy. He's
They're
doing a
so
big
happy.
smile.
And you have that same smile on your face, Meredith, as you lean down and pull from the grass a frog skull.
Amazing. I'm adding this to my notes. It will be in my pocket for the rest of the school year.
Meredith, that's so cool. Oh my god.
Isn't it?
Where did you scoop it from? Maybe there's more.
Oh, I place it carefully in my bone bucket, leave the bucket at the shore, and then I dive back into the water.
This kind of gives me an idea for a lake that I can put in the world. And I start, like, I'm in the water, but I'm, like, in a shaded part by, like, a big tree that's, like, has branches, like, over the lake. I go to shore, get out my notebook, and I start writing.
Meredith, as you scoop down again, make me a pull, please.
Ooh.
2 pulls?
Dun, 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 dun.
Meredith, do you think you're gonna get, like, a whole skeleton this time?
God, I wish. Could you imagine? Yay, I have done it.
Thank you. A successful pull. You scoop again, and you find a few more bones.
Yes!
And you notice as you pull away some of the earth at the bottom of the lake, the water is cloudy, and then you see something glint very quickly in the water.
Ooh, like a metallic-y kind of glint? I would like to scoop it.
And it's small. It fits in your hand. You pull it up, and it's a gold metal piece that has 2 long tines, on the end of which you see what looks to be either glass or crystal with like a white webbing design etched into it.
Ooh, interesting. I would like to like rinse it off in the water and kind of hold it up in the slightly overcast afternoon sun.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Is it tweezers? No. Is it something, have you ever seen something like that in like your medical stuff?
I don't think so, but my mentor at Mountain View Hospital for my internship is also a leading member of the Historical Society, so I can always ask them if they know what it is.
That might be cool. Oh wait, I know what it is. And Olivia reaches up and she pushes aside like a little lock of your hair and takes the metal piece from you and like twists it in and clips aside some of your hair. It is an old vintage hair clip.
Ooh, very cool.
That's cool. Shit.
Meredith is not used to being like aware of her appearance, so I think this kind of catches her off guard in a way, and like the feeling of being seen almost by like a lovely friend, and she kind of like bends over like at a 90-degree angle to like look at her face in the water and see it.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Olivia. I never would have guessed that.
It suits you. It really suits you.
Oh,
And I think as you look at your image, your reflection in the water, you see the crystal catches the light just so, and it shines. And it's such an interesting pattern. Whatever is woven through the stone, it looks like a web, and it glints and gleams in a very beautiful fashion.
Interesting.
Meredith, do you think it has magical powers?
She like squints closer to the water, kind of tilts her head.
No, probably not.
Well, it will when you find it in our campaign. Making notes.
Amazing.
And I think from there we fade into our next little vignette. It is the evening. You are at the dinner table.
Oh.
Sorry, we'll get there.
Other s'mores.
Sandwiches.
Yes.
The other s'more.
You're having a lot of tonight's dinner the theme is layers. So there's s'mores, there's sandwiches, there's lasagna.
Shepherd's pie.
There's shepherd's pie.
7-layer dip.
There are croissants, layer dip, yes, all of the layers.
Fuck yeah.
How did we get all this food?
Olivia's a rich bitch.
Olivia's loaded.
God damn it.
They have a conveyor belt toaster.
She
I
has-
think we can
Yeah.
afford lasagna.
That's fair. She has the power of cash. I forget.
I guarantee you she has like the 1999 equivalent of DoorDash, which is like her dad pays his secretary to like deliver food to us or something.
One day you'll be able to do all that online.
Caleb, what chat room are you in?
Ubercoolstuff.com.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
That's crazy. It would take way too long.
Well, don't you remember Caleb submitted the order 3 days ago and they just now got it to us?
Yeah, that's the thing is that you have to pre-order everything. And with all this Y2K stuff, it's been so hard to source a lot of stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Caleb, is that something that we should actually be worried about? The whole everything's gonna crash and digits of...
I mean, computers know how to add 1 plus 1. I think they can add 1,999 plus 1. Like, it's fine. There's no reason this should be a problem.
Besides, with all the patches that they've been pushing out, I think we'll be okay. The software will keep up. The statistic chances of everything the entire network coming down because of one date change, I really don't think it's going to be that big of a problem.
I mean, even if it all came down, it's like, we live in Spillman. There's maybe 10 computers in the whole town. I don't think it would really change our lives that much. I guess Caleb. I guess it wouldn't change most of our lives that much. If the internet crashes, Caleb, I would be very sorry for you.
I mean, we built it once.
That's true. You know? Yeah. Maybe we just have to build the internet again every 1,000 years. Like, that makes sense.
Wait, Caleb, can you do that?
It's already been done. I checked the weather this morning.
But like, can you do that? Can you build your own internet?
I mean, you can make an intranet, no problem. You just need 2 modems and a shared data source or something and an IP address. So it's just that times a bajillion. So, like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, they'd be like Constantinople, you know? Like, you could just rebuild it, probably. That makes sense.
Is it Istanbul, though?
Nobody knows but the Turks. Is that the line? It's nobody's business but the Turks.
I love, like, this is a beautiful microcosm of Christine and Jacob being, like, so in sync with a bit, and Fab and I being medialist, like, that's funny, right? That's cool. What's that from?
What's that from?
I don't know what it's from. I just heard it.
I don't even know, like an old musical or something.
Really?
It's a musical?
Istanbul, Constantinople, Istanbul, Constantinople, so if you'll be
Oh.
late to Constantinople, she'll be waiting in Istanbul. I don't know, we did it in show choir one year.
Jacob, what the fuck's your excuse?
I'm friends with Christine, I guess.
Yeah, okay, you know, and asked and answered.
So as you're discussing internet and intranet and Y2K, from across the room, you suddenly hear a jingling sound, and Olivia enters the dining room with a gigantic ring of keys that she is shaking vigorously. The jingling to announce the start of the first official meeting of the Key Club for the 1999-2000 school year.
Oh!
She holds up one finger, as do you all. We will now recite the Key Club motto. To find.
To find.
To organize.
To organize.
To reunite.
To
Reunite.
Thank you all for joining us for our first official meeting
Olivia?
of Key Club. Yes, Caleb.
I once again must protest. I believe the Key Club's motto is to build my home and school and community, to serve the nation and the world, and to combat all forces which tend to undermine these institutions. I really must insist we
I understand
comply
and I thank
with
you
the official doctrine.
Thank you, and I appreciate your comments, but I would like to remind everybody that we have instituted our agenda, so this would be a great item for open discussion at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, Caleb. Can Olivia please talk?
Oh my god.
Seeing that we have a quorum, I would like to begin our proceedings for this meeting. Do I have a motion to begin?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Wonderful. Let's begin. I am delighted, just delighted, that the Key Club is continuing into the new millennium. So, with our future in mind, let us briefly recap the past year. I would like to ask Chet to provide our update regarding the current state of the keys.
The state of the keys? It's so ominous.
Chet, you better not mess up the State of the Keys address.
Yes, thank you, Olivia. I'm here to provide the statistics about the current state of the keys. This year, it is aided by visual aids developed by our very own Caleb. Thank you very much, Caleb.
Ooh.
In total, we collected 23 new keys last year, 42% of which were reunited with their proper lock. Now, this is a lower percentage than last year's 53%, but it is an overall higher number as we did collect 18% more keys this year over last. Still, it is of note that concerns do remain about meeting our key quota this year, or else we may risk being shut down by the higher-ups in the organization. What? In particular, we still have 1,347 keys in our possession that are awaiting reunification. Madam President, I'd like to propose that we have a brainstorming time during open session about how we may properly solicit additional keys in this coming year. And with that, I would like to cede the remainder of my time.
Christine, that was spoken like someone who knows what these kinds of meetings are like.
Listen, you guys are the ones that were like, we're going to be coming in hot as nerds. Thank you, Chet, and your proposal for open session is noted, and I agree that such a discussion would be beneficial. This actually brings us very cleanly to the next item on our agenda. As we're all aware, last year we began our door-to-door efforts to connect the Key Club more meaningfully with the community. However, after the incident, and Olivia shoots a glance over at Kevin.
Wait, what?
There was a request for a bit more structure for these interactions.
Wait, no, it was me? It wasn't me. It was fucking Meredith.
What did I do?
No, I didn't say that in character, Marissa.
Oh.
I'm just fucking...
She shakes the
no
keys.
fucking way.
She shakes the keys to regain order of the meeting.
Olivia, I just think that Meredith was the one that made the real social
And
faux pas.
we'd be delighted to hear your comments during open session, Kevin.
Isn't that what we're doing right now?
No, would you follow the agenda for once? And she shakes the key for another bit of emphasis.
All I'm saying is lots of people have said open session. Maybe it's like...
To that end, I
when
will
did
cede my time
Beetlejuice
to
come out?
Meredith.
Marissa, when did Beetlejuice come out?
To that end, I now cede my time to Meredith, who has drafted a script to help introduce and guide these interactions with the community. Meredith, the floor is yours.
I can make the dumb joke that if you say open session 3 times, it's open session, just like the movie Beetlejuice, because that came out in 1988.
Wait, I love the movie Beetlejuice.
It's a good one. Thank you, Olivia. I would like to remind everyone that the strongest muscle in the human body is the tongue. And what better way for us to use our strongest muscle than by furthering the goals of Forest View High School Key Club. Olivia and I have drafted a script that we can use in our interactions. And everyone, I'm going to drop a link in the chat to a Google Drive for you to review if you want to pop that open really quick and follow along with me.
Oh, man.
Ooh, good typeface.
So, yes, Christine, I did retroactively add the motto to this document while we were playing.
You're so smart. You're whip smart. I love you.
I love you too.
So, I thought that it might be productive if we just kind of ran through this a little bit together. Caleb, would you like to read number 1, the initial contact? This is how we would approach a home.
Yeah, sure. I can't help but notice this seems to be manually typed, which is all well and good for drafting, but for anything that you expect to have a lasting impact, I recommend a word processor so that it can be saved and backed up. I actually recommend using the new portable document format from the Adobe Corporation. It's quite good for storing, preserving, and distributing documents.
Oh.
So the thing is that I hear you, Caleb, but isn't physical media the best way to store things into perpetuity?
I mean, until the next fire, it's pretty great.
Oh, no.
There have been a lot of fires historically in Spillman. You're true. I cede my time.
Wait, why? Hey, Olivia, why didn't you just yell at Chet for talking out of turn? Hey, Chet, open court. Wait your turn.
Beetlejuice.
I do think we should make a note for open session to discuss the storage of records. I think that's a very good point. The work that we're doing is quite important. But anyway, Caleb, would you like to walk us through step 1, initial contact?
Sure. 1. Initial contact. Knock on the door politely. If they answer, proceed to step 2. No answer, knock harder. Still no answer, slide this club flyer under the door. Or maybe not this club flyer, but a club flyer. The door might be locked from the inside, and they might need our help.
You never know what locks could be unopenable. Someone could be trapped in there. It might encourage them. Kevin, would you like to do number 2, the greeting? This was an area that our feedback form suggested you struggled with a little bit last year.
Thanks, Meredith. I think, actually, I'm okay.
I'm so sorry, Kevin, but if you would like to be in good standing with the club, we would request that you would participate in this activity at our meeting today.
What does it mean to be in bad standing?
You can't come to my cabin in the woods anymore.
Oh. Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Insert Person here. I'm representing the Forest View High School Key Club today. I'm not representing myself, Kevin, Lord of Darkness. Do you have any suspicious locks or unopenable doors in your home? If yes, that's great. I, or another member of the club, might be able to help. Can I see them? Please let me into your abode.
Kevin, suggestions can be made during open forum. If you could read the script verbatim, Olivia and I worked really hard on perfecting the verbiage.
I feel like we've said open forum 3 times now, which means that it is now time for open forum.
Oh, great. I would like to once again raise the idea of a additional service project. This one is great and does in fact help our community, but I was thinking maybe something with a little more direct impact and a slightly more accessible way. Like, for example, at my last key club, we would hand out water at the 4th of July parade. So maybe something like that at the Harvest Festival or some sort of other event.
Caleb.
Might be a good way to connect with our community. And
But Caleb, what does that have to do with keys? I'm just a little lost.
Also, Caleb, there's a lake. If people need water that bad, there's a lake right there.
And I also think when you came to the school board and pitched the idea of a key club, especially the Historical Society was really jazzed about it. There's a lot of keys that we have.
And she gestures at the giant key ring that Olivia has.
She shakes it again for more emphasis.
canonically with thousands of keys on it.
Hang on, I wrote it down. 1,347 skeleton keys of unknown origin provided to us by the Historical Society.
She goes to shake it and it slips out of her hand and drops onto the floor.
Oh, no.
But, you know, this is an old town, and there have been, as you said, a lot of record-destroying fires. So it's really important that we find where all of these keys go to. I mean, imagine the historical significance that we could bring by reuniting keys as part of the Key Club.
Imagine what we could unlock.
We can unlock the potential of this whole town.
And then once we do, we all get to eat key lime pie. It's pretty great.
Oh, yes.
I do like the pie.
I thought we just ate that at the end of every session.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
So would you say we have a 100% key lime pie success rate?
Yeah.
The pie is great, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful to our gracious sponsor, the Historical Society, or belittle the works already done by our great club. I'm merely suggesting some additional service projects we might undertake to connect with our community and serve our nation and our world, as is laid out in the official Key Club motto.
Well, we can definitely add that to the minutes for this meeting and consider it at our next meeting. Let's continue with our script.
One thing that I do want to point out, you can read the rest at your leisure. Under the catalog, step 4, we do have to remind everyone that if we find a match, if one of our 1,347 skeleton keys unlocks a door, they can't keep the key. The keys are the property of the Historical Society, and we have to relock the door or box upon leaving. This did result in some, shall we say, confrontations last year. So if you could just give them our faculty advisor's contact information and leave as quickly as possible.
I got in trouble for throwing the business card we were given at someone just to try and get away. They didn't even appreciate it when I said smoke bomb and threw it. Hey, Olivia?
Yeah?
Can we talk about the section 3 that looks like it was crossed off? That asks if they have any bones that they're willing to donate. Am I allowed to ask that?
No, I don't. I think that this is a working document. It's usually pretty off-putting when you just ask someone if they have spare bones.
As opposed to a friendly request to just open some doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare we've created.
What do you mean, Marissa? I think this is great. We just go to people's homes, ask if they have locked doors, and then ask if they have bones that they want to give to us. That sounds like a good time to me.
So I think the meeting continues with lots of going around of making edits to the script. The foretold open session begins.
Dun, dun.
It continues with questions and concerns as the Key Club plans their upcoming school year.
You know, guys, as dysfunctional as this meeting was, I think we really should pat ourselves on the back for all the keys we were able to reunite last year.
It has been a great service.
And she shakes the keys. with a jingle and a thwack, we move to our final scene of this, our Lake Kestrel interlude. You are all outside. It is the evening. The sun is just barely slipping down below the horizon.
S'mores.
Ghost stories.
S'mores.
Ghost
S'mores.
stories.
There is a campfire with plenty of s'mores.
Wait. Walk with me in this space.
I'm walking.
I'm journeying with you, Marissa.
We take a marshmallow.
Yes.
We carve out some of the guts.
Uh-huh.
We put a tiny piece of key lime pie into the marshmallow and then toast it.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we do this in
What?
real life? What?
Yeah, we can.
We haven't caught anything on fire in a while.
That's true.
Wait, what? Why? Hold on. Why wouldn't we just toast the marshmallow as normal and then put key lime pie into a goopy? I feel like that's gonna be...
I have made a key lime meringue pie before, and it was pretty baller.
Christine, do you want to bring back a kitchen segment, perhaps, in a couple episodes for me?
So you all are around the campfire making delicious deluxe s'mores. The waters of Lake Kestrel have stilled for the night. There's a mist over the water. We hear a loon cry into the evening.
Caw.
And by loon, you mean an insane person obsessed with crows.
Yeah.
It's come all the way around in 100 years.
It's
They
come
really
full-
fucking
it's
love him now.
McGupple.
I think he would be an infant at this point.
You hear the cries of a soon-to-be crazy child.
Just someone rhyming into the night.
He only rhymes at age 25. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. He got really into Walden this summer.
As a baby?
So there's a mist over the water, and you just hear...
You hear the majestic cry of a loon.
Exactly, you know. The Spillman loon.
The Spillman loon. Ah, yes. It looks like a regular loon, but like on cocaine.
You're all around the campfire, and as you are enjoying the evening, Chet gets a mischievous look in his eye, and he says, "Anybody heard any good conspiracy theories lately?"
The 90s.
'Cause I hear so many all the time, Chet. Like, all the different ones.
Do you mean like worldwide conspiracy theories, like Area 51, or more local ones, like the tunnels underneath the library?
What's your favorite?
Oh, Area 51, absolutely. Sometimes I wonder what an alien dissection would look like, and would they use, the same tools? Would their blood be corrosive, or how would they respirate? Do they have capillaries? Do they have blood? Do they have brains? They must have something.
And she just starts like rambling.
I think Olivia looks at you and goes, "If this was anyone else, I'd be really concerned."
Thank you.
Meredith, I love the cross-pollination between Area 51 and my favorite conspiracy theory, the Illuminati and the lizard people who rule the world secretly from a shadowy cabal.
What does that have to do with alien guts?
Well, some people think that the reptilians who secretly rule the world are also aliens from another planet called Reptar.
Like from Rugrats?
That's what Fabrice, just made up.
Now, if they keep all that in Area 51, what do you think's in Area 50?
Whoa, that's the real conspiracy.
Yeah, how many areas do you guys think there are?
At least 51, we know that.
God fucking damn it.
52 is under the library.
Oh my god, do you think Area 52 is here in Spillman?
Probably.
Yeah, like, who would think to look here? This is like a town in the middle of nowhere.
Well, it's got some interesting things for sure.
I mean, from what I've heard, not everywhere has ghosts. So there's that.
Nowhere I've been has had a ghost.
Have you seen a ghost?
Have you smelled a ghost?
That's, I guess, a better question.
You know, there was one time was pretty sure I was making blueberry waffles, and I could swear I smelled some chocolate, but it turned out, I just mixed up the bags.
Is that your conspiracy? Do you think it's a conspiracy that they put the different waffle types in the different boxes to sell more? Oh.
No, I think my little sister just got confused and just mixed up the boxes.
That's probably more statistically likely. You're right.
But for me, my story is, you guys know the Beanie Babies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have a pelican one. I love it.
I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't really.
You don't know Beanie Babies?
None of them have been dark enough for me to be interested.
They have a bat one, I'm pretty sure. Don't they have a bat, Meredith?
Wait, what? They have a bat one?
Oh, yeah.
No, bat Beanie Babies.
Oh my god. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm sure they do have a bat one, because kind of their whole thing is just they're making like 1 million of them, and they're calling them collectible, but there's no way they're going to be that valuable for that long. It's just, if you make that many of them and you push them out that far, there's no way the market's going to hold. It's all just a giant scam.
Wow, really makes you think. Hey, Olivia, what's your favorite Beanie Baby? Also conspiracy theory.
Well, my favorite Beanie Baby is probably the crow.
Go Crows!
Go Crows! Is that our school mascot?
It is now.
I'm not sure that I like crows.
Well, the only conspiracy theory I can think of is kind of dark.
Oh, what is it?
Well, so you know the witch, right?
Of course.
Yeah, who doesn't?
The story that I heard is that the witch was real, but she was not a witch so much as, like, she was part of a group of, like, magic people, and sometimes they would, like, puppet people against their will.
Oh, kind of like how in D&D, wizards form a circle and train other wizards beneath them?
Kind of like they snatch their bodies and, like, control them. I don't know. I was working on a Spillman history project the other day, and I was reading in this old copy of the Spillman Holler that, like, there were these instances of people that were accused of being puppeted by the witch. And so it was, like, kind of the reverse witch hunt. Or there was, like, this one guy that he killed his whole family and blamed it on the witch. And he got off free because he convinced everybody that he wasn't actually in control of himself.
That's very interesting.
Ooh, that's, terrifying, actually. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know if I believe it or not, but a lot of the town believed it for a very long time in our history.
Did it explain how they were being puppeted? Was it a neurological? Could they talk?
Oh, I mean, it was just like a blurb in a newspaper. I don't think that they really understood how the brain even worked. They thought that a witch was controlling their body.
Well, I mean, if we want to look up more information about this, and Olivia, you're okay not talking to John Jacobs Jingleheimer's Schmidt tonight, I think Caleb could boot up his computer and we could, in about 3 hours, maybe know some more information about this.
Kevin, do you think that the history of Spillman is already on the internet? Who puts stuff on the internet?
I think Caleb, right?
In this town, it's probably either me or Caleb.
We can look. If there's not, I hear tell they're starting to think of some sort of, like, open source data platform where maybe we could add our own, information for the world to consume. It's
What would we call it?
Encyclopedia Internet.
Oh. I like it. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
And the tongue is the strongest muscle in the body.
So if anything rolls off it, it's gotta be pretty
be
cool.
Do you believe the conspiracy, Olivia?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that there's usually some bit of truth in everything, even the crazy stories, right? And if so many people in the town believed it, it's hard for me to think that it was just something that one person made up, but I don't know, it's possible that just one person was that influential.
Whoa, Olivia, I just had a crazy idea.
What?
Do you think those people who claim to be witch puppeted, do you think that they were maybe just lizard people?
Or maybe they were under the influence of alcohol?
Or some other drugs that, snake oil salesmen were abundant. Who knows what sort of medical or non-medical drugs were in those?
Statistically speaking, a lot of the town probably was treated with some pretty nasty stuff like mercury and other things that we know are toxic now, so quite a few people in town affected their brains.
Chet brings up a really good point. Mercury was everywhere 100 years ago.
Oh, so was lead.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I guess it's just one of those stories of Spillman. The fire continues to crackle between all of you as your voices rise along with the smoke and sparks that twinkle into the night before burning out. The stories of Spillman being passed around the fire. And we will continue our story in our next episode.
Thank you for listening to Dread and Breakfast.
This episode is sponsored by...
This episode sponsored by the best key club there has ever been.
This episode is not sponsored by the Real Key Club. Please don't come for me.
Thank you for listening to Dread and Breakfast. Our theme song is composed by Morgan Thomas Mills and samples music courtesy of the American Folklife Center, Library of Congress. In our episode notes, you'll find links to all of our sound credits, content warnings, and other miscellaneous nonsense. Also, I am so pleased to share that we have a shiny new Discord server. So if you want to chat with other fans of the show, post memes and fan arts, maybe hear some behind-the-scenes secrets, the link is in those episode notes. Please come join us. We are so excited to have our own little corner of the internet where we can be a little community together around this weird podcast. We will be back in 2 weeks for the next part of the story. Until then, see you on Discord.